Hey there, it's Julie Hutchison here from Think, Be, Do Leadership and home of the Quiet Leaders Launchpad, helping you and your business to grow through growing you and your people. And today I want to talk about can't do, won't do, or don't do again, because I talk about it a lot, which is meaning that your business can't grow unless your team are suitable and capable and interested and don't just turn up for the money. And the thing is, if you've got a business that is growing and you want to expand even further, then maybe you are in a position where you are working too hard and you may be a little bit frustrated with the people that are around you, and you may be wondering, why am I still doing all the work and why am I not being supported by these people? And the thing is, until that gets sorted, then it's dangerous to grow your business, because if you do, you are going to be even more busy. And the problem with that is that that does not encourage you to grow. So sometimes in the way I work, I see people who are saying to me, I don't want to grow because it just seems like too much like hard work. It just seems like too much effort. And it's just going to mean more stress and less time for me and my family, my partner, whatever it's going to be. And so what we have to do is to make sure that the team that we have around us aren't a can't do, won't do, and don't do team, but they're a can do team, and they will do and they want to do what you would like them to do. So we need them to be on board with us, and we need them to be interested in what we are trying to achieve. And we need them to be skilled at, sounds obvious, but skilled at what we want them to do. But we need them to link those two things. You know, this is what we're trying to achieve and this is what you're good at. How do we get those two things to align? And that third piece of the puzzle is that if they have to want to do it with and for you. So the thing is, what I would love you to think about is, in your business, if you have a team, if for each member of your team, if you could look at each one of those people and say, if they're performing or if they're not performing the way you want them to, is it for each individual member of that team, is it can't do? Is it won't do, i.e. because there's something about that the relationship between you or you and the other team, that they don't want to be there, they're not comfortable, they're not motivated? What is it won't do? Or is it just don't do because actually, even though they could do it, they choose not to because they don't believe in the thing that you're trying to do? So they're not there for your cause, let's say. Okay, for each one of your team members, let's look at those people and understand what is going on for each one of those people. It's going to get a little drop of tea. So if you do that, you're going to come up with what I call the team performance engine, which is the breakdown of the things that will turn it around in your business to help those people, or help you understand what is either motivating or demotivating those people around you in your business. Because until you get that right, then if you carry on growing, you're just the quality is going to go down, or the timing is going to go down, or you're just going to have to do more work, or until the point at which we get those people to can do, will do, and do, as I've said many times before. So I need, though, you to look at every single one of those people, because once you've looked at everyone, you have a pattern. You have an individual person that you can see, actually, you know what, I think for Bob, or I've got to think of another name. I always say Felicity, so we'll go on with that one. Bob or Felicity, oh, right, she's a bit of can't do and he's a bit of won't do. Right, so now once you've got that pattern, then you can look at, okay, individually, that's where they are, but am I seeing a pattern throughout my whole team? So is the same kind of thing happening with each of them as a group? Is that how they're working? So is it like, actually, do you know what the dynamic around the team is a bit of won't do, or the dynamic around the team is don't do? Hi, Sue. Thank you. You're hoping you're growing. You're growing. You're definitely growing. Don't get nervous. Get happy. We're going to sort that out. This bit for you, definitely. So if you've got that and you've got an understanding when you're looking at these people and think, right, okay, but as a general rule, like if you were thinking about it as a matrix individually, but then across the board, Do I have an issue with motivation? Do I have an issue with them really understanding the big picture of the business? Or do I have an issue with skills or whatever it might be, confidence to make their own decisions? What is the bigger, wider issue of your business? Because then, and only then, can you understand the true impact of you in the business. Because the thing about all of this is that whatever you're seeing with your team, don't get me wrong, it's not all you. If you've got somebody who is, I don't know, a thief or something like that, they come with a different agenda, yeah. But if you've got good people who you think, well, they should want to do the thing, they're really kind of good, and they were good at their last job, but something's not quite working here. I can't rely on them here. They don't seem to produce the right result. They don't do what I want them to do, or I'm having to check it, or I'm having to do it all. Any one of those things, then something's not right. And we look at that and say, well, is it them? Is it don't want to for some reason? Or is there something that I'm doing, the impact that I'm having on those people, that means that we are disabling them in some way? So, when we talk about can't do, won't do, don't do, the impact that we can have on all those three areas, those three parts of the jigsaw, is massive. Because if you think about it, well, hold on, let's have a look at Bob again, who doesn't want to do, I don't know, the accounts, for example. He doesn't want to work on some spreadsheet or other. He doesn't like it, and he's throwing a tantrum. And you're thinking, oh, I wish Bob would just get on with it. Then at that point, we've got to ask our question, well, okay, do I know Bob? What's going on with Bob? Has Bob got something going on in his life? All these things, these human factors, it might be that he won't do because there's something that we need to implement or we need to understand about him that's going to help him to want to. Okay. And equally, it might be can't do, doesn't know how to, or doesn't have the confidence. Or are you undermining Bob so that he just doesn't seem to know when he's done the right thing? For example, if every time Bob, poor old Bob, every time Bob does something, you're like, oh, hold on, you've got to change that or change this, or you just don't let him get on with it, and you're really picking at him, and you think, well, I'm just trying to make sure it's right, and you don't trust him, then Bob's going to step back and let you get on with it. Yeah, because he's like, I don't want to do this anymore because they don't trust me. Therefore, I'm losing confidence. So we need to look at ourselves and think, am I creating confidence? Am I creating the ability to, or the ability in them to make good decisions? Or am I actually stopping that from happening? So you see, we might think we've got a team that aren't all that much. They're not that good, or they're a bit pants, whatever the word might be that you might use. But actually, when we look at it, we have to ask the question, what's the dynamic between me and the team member? What's the dynamic between me and the whole team? And what's the dynamic between the team as a whole? Because all of those things, what we need to do is create confident, conscious people who are connected with the cause of what we're trying to achieve. But any one of those dynamics where we don't get it right, or where we're having an impact that is negative on one of those areas, then that piece falls down, which means they don't perform, and which means then you feel frustrated because you're like, oh, they don't do what they're supposed to do. They don't care as much as I do. And so you might think they're just not very good. But actually, it's a bit like one of them slide decks at this is showing my age, the DJ slide decks, where you can up and down the things. It's like you've got to look at all these different factors, and you've got to fiddle around with them and find the right one for that right person. And also, so that's sort of like directional this way. I've got that in my head, haven't I? Try and explain that one. But also crossways as well, as in cross the team. How do the team feel about each other? And this is the sort of thing that we look at, we look at it in two different places with people. And that is, first of all, look at it with businesses who want to look at their whole team and what's going on and what can they do about it. We look at that as a team. What is my team performance engine as a diagnostic? But then what we look at is, okay, in the Leaders Launchpad, what do I need to do about what I've discovered? What do I need to do about me as the leader? Or it might be my management team, for example, the impact that they're having if we're a little bit bigger. Or it might be the impact of people that we want to step up as leaders in our business, but don't. Do I need to do some work with them? So all of those people need to understand this can't do, won't do, or don't do, and what you can do about it. Okay, so when we look at, okay, how do I change that to can do, will do, wants to, then there's the key to your impact as a leader and therefore the growth of your business. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. I can only see Sue comments, so I don't know who else is listening because you only see certain ones. You don't see all of them. But if that is something that you're thinking, hold on a second, my team aren't performing, or you may be saying, oh, my team are rubbish. But actually, let's be nice and say, my team aren't performing how I expect them to. Let's have a look at each one of those and properly analyze can't do, won't do, or don't do. Okay, because when you take the time to go into your team and look at those people and ask yourself these really quite tricky questions sometimes, because it's not always just about them, it might be about you as well, or it might be about the relationships within them. Then when you do that, you have a really good idea of what you need to do and what you might need to change, whether it be within the team, for you, or as a whole. Then you can help your business grow by really getting to grips with what's going on. Because once you know what's going on, you can change it. Once you change it, once you improve that, then the team will start to work like clockwork, like the team performance engine, should I say. Okay, so if that's useful to you, then join the Facebook group if you want to. It's the Quiet Leaders with Impact Facebook group, and I will put it in the comments. And also, if you want to have a look at your team, and you have a team, and you're thinking, actually, if I could understand my team performance engine, what is going on in my team so that I can improve it, so that I can grow my business, then message me or pop a post under there, but message me because it will be quicker and easier. I'll see it because we have a short program that takes 6 weeks that you can do, that you can go into your business and you can work on your team and you really understand inside your business what it is that is working, what's not, what's working for the team, and how you need to adapt and change and grow so that your business can grow. So join the Facebook group first, message me if you want to find out more about that, or if you want to grow the leaders within your business and you know that's what you want to do, then come join the Quiet Leaders Launchpad, which we start a new cohort in May. Okay, that is enough because I'm going to be training some people in 15 minutes, so I better get off this live today. I hope you found that useful. I will put the links in, and please feel free to give me a shout if you want to find out some more. Okay, have a lovely day. Sue, thanks for your comments, and speak to you very, very soon. Everyone will be speak to you tomorrow because we do this every day. And I try to do it near 1 o'clock, but I couldn't do it near 1 o'clock today because I have a training to deliver. So it's normally around this time, but I will attempt to make it near 1. Okay, take care, everyone. Judy from Think, Be, Do Leadership. Don't forget, let's have a look at your team performance engine.